Happy Tuesday, everyone, or as Dee and I are calling this, the Monday of the week. Since yesterday was Labor Day. What did you do for Labor Day, Dee?
Not a whole lot. I did my bulk freezer cooking so that I don't have to cook every night. I can just take stuff out of the freezer and heat it up.
Making
I'm lazy.
some good stews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely healthier than just microwaving everything. You know,
I have a tendency to eat a lot of breakfast burritos for dinner or a bowl of cereal.
I love breakfast.
I'm horrible. Yeah, I'm horrible.
I just watched my friend's daughter, and she brought this little Furby over. And this morning, I hear something fall down the stairs. And I go to make sure my dog is okay because he's a little bit Helen Keller-ish. He's blind, deaf. He's getting by with a sniffer. But I walk over to the stairs, and I see my dog Teddy walking off, but I hear this horrendous crying. So I'm looking around for Lola, my other dog. I'm like, what is that noise? Oh my gosh, I've never heard a dog make this noise before. And I look down and there's this Furby thing like wiggling at the bottom of the stairs. She left it over here. There's no button on this to turn it off. I groped it everywhere. I cannot figure out how to turn it off. I started asking it to turn itself off because it was asking me what I wanted it to do. Then I was like, okay, go to sleep. I'm petting its head. I don't know. There's a Furby downstairs. And I was like, okay, fine. You just sit here. I go to give my dogs their medicine. And all I hear is Furby telling me it's hungry. I don't know what to do with this thing.
It sounds possessed.
Burn it.
Maybe it's an Annabelle Furby.
Oh, no. Okay, this is the thing of nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Warning. Before you buy a Furby, it has no off button, just like my 4-year-old. It's a lot. Anyway, 90 Day Hunt for Love, Season 1, Episode 15, Tell-All Pt.2. I'm so excited, but I'm also so sad because I really do love this cast and I'm going to miss them.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of like waking up and having a group that you eat breakfast with every day. And then you're all of a sudden not going to be seeing them anymore.
There's always some shit going on in that group and you're like, ooh, what's happening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to miss them too.
The Other Way is coming out next week, and we're juggling the idea of doing that. Well, at the end of this episode, we are going to announce the winners of the $250 gift cards. So stay tuned for that. We drew names yesterday, and we said we would announce it today. We'll announce that at the end. But 90 Day Hunt for Love, Season 1, Episode 15. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
So we start out with Jen ripping Cole a new one for hanging out with Elise in her room. And Rob says, did you say you were going to see Elise or going to Elise's room? Because there's a difference. I don't think there's a difference. If you trust somebody and you're at a hotel filming, it's not like you are at home and you're taking her to the motel late.
Yeah.
You guys are all living in this hotel, probably on the same floor. I don't think there's a different. He told her I'm going to hang out with her.
In this situation, I would say yes. I understand what you're saying, and I agree. If it was outside of a situation like this, I am totally with what Rob says. I would be upset for them to go to a hotel room. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If they weren't all staying in the hotel room, probably on the same floor, filming this tell-all. Again, it's just making Elise look like a woman of ill repute.
Yeah, Jen's trying to put her in a bad light, and she's like, he's just like a brother to me. We're just friends.
I believe it. I don't think anything happened. Tiffany even says so. It's not a big deal. She's sitting on the bed. He's sitting at the desk.
Right. Of course, Colt makes a very good point, though, Lauren. He says, Elise, in all fairness, you said you were friends with Carlo, and then you went and fucked Carlo. So you can see why she would be concerned.
To be fair, though, Carlo was not in a relationship. He was dating a girl who was dating 3 other guys at the resort. That's different than hanging out with somebody's boyfriend.
That's true. They are supposed to be exclusive now. It's not like it was on the resort. So, yeah. But it was just funny that Colt said that.
I mean, I married my best guy friend, and before we ever dated, we had lots of conversations about like each other's relationships, but it's completely platonic. You know, that was off limits. It was actually harder to get into a relationship with somebody that I was really close with because of what you could lose if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right. And that was one of the reasons for a while when our friend Philippe was like, you guys should date. You guys should date. I was like, no, we shouldn't, because he's my best friend. And if it didn't work out, then it wouldn't be good. But yeah, they were both totally single and they were at a resort to get to know each other when that happened with Carlos. So, you know what, Colt, be quiet, because you were sitting there sharing your D pics with a bunch of other chicks while you were married. You would know about cheating. You don't have any room to talk. And then we got this battle of Cole versus Colt, which they're both right on some of the stuff and wrong on some of this stuff. Colt tells Cole that if people are calling Jennifer a bitch, like he needs to stand up for his woman. I agree with that. He shouldn't resort to calling her names either, which he is. Cole is
joining in.
Yes, he was joining in. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. But he's right. He doesn't have to agree with her. You just need to be respectful and not call your partner names when you don't agree with them. You have to learn how to have a cordial dissent.
Colt just thought that he should be defending Jen and not jumping on the bandwagon with Tiffany and everybody else that was sitting there bad-mouthing her.
And he shouldn't have.
No, but he did.
But he also was saying you should fight for her, which I think Jennifer can hold her own. We don't need men to protect us. Trust me, we don't. You and I can hold our own. If anything, they probably need us to make sure everything's okay.
Well, absolutely. But he didn't need to jump in line with everybody else. He could have just, hey, that's enough or something, I don't know.
He should not have resorted to calling her names. So they're both right and they're both wrong. Maybe if they put their little Colt brains together, we would get somebody that makes sense, or we would get something real bad.
That thinks correctly.
Depends on what that mashup looks like. It could be both bad ends or both good ends. And Cole's like, well, Jennifer's trying to fuck me in the ass.
What?
Is this what's happening? Is this, you said she was kinky? Is that,
She's throwing on some strap-ons?
Did she pull out a horse dildo? Because we're like, we're not seeing that, Cole. I'm not seeing where that's happening. Not even figuratively. I mean, she is on him about Elise, but that's her own insecurity talking. That doesn't have to do with the fact that, and I mean, it's, to be fair, she's not over there with everybody else in the hotel room. She probably feels left out. And I feel like Jennifer has a hard time showing vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm. She could just be looking for an excuse, like, have this huge breakup dramatic moment in the tell-all.
She's just trying to get another episode in 90 days. And it's only been 7 months with Cole and Jen, and he's calling her names. I mean, I've known my husband probably 15 plus years, and I think he's only called me a name like once or twice, and it was when I was crazy, postpartum depression, off my rocker. I had to go take myself to the psychologist. Help, something's not right. So he had every right to be like, girl, you crazy right now. 7 months? I mean, that was like years into a relationship, friendship, marriage. I was literally losing my shit.
She's just feeling extremely disrespected, and rightfully so. She just feels like she should have more support from him.
Absolutely.
And whether or not he agrees with her or not, just do it in private. It doesn't have to be in front of everybody and jumping on the bandwagon with everyone.
What she has done to deserve this is you have decided that she is a worthy person for you to date and a worthy person to be with you. So she should be worthy of not having names called at her. And if you're 7 months in and this is where you're at, I think it's time to cut the cord.
I agree. I think she should cut it.
This has toxic written all over it.
It always
if you're
did.
7 months in and it is this dramatic,
it's
that
always
is
had toxic written all over it. It's always had toxic written all over it.
That is a good point.
I mean, he wifed her up in there within the first couple of dates. He was acting so possessive and telling her
Talking
what
about
to
her
do, telling her to
visa.
shut up. Yeah. So, yeah, he's always been toxic.
So Suki says, all right, let's take a time out. Let's take a break. Everyone's talking about how toxic this is. And then Tiffany is back there trying to give Colt advice, which is like, you need to push back.
Push back? He's been daggone calling her names, for crying out loud. Like, what is she talking about?
What is pushing back going to do except make it more toxic? Don't take advice from Tiffany. Oh my gosh, it's like the blind leading the blind. It's Colt and Tiffany like trying to figure out how to work a relationship. This is what I was saying. You put their two brains together, it could be something bad. Don't push back, just leave. Just say, look, this is how this person and I are after 7 months. People don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Move on and find somebody that you can have a healthy relationship with. Don't push back. That's adversarial. Suki calls on Cortney to fluff up the energy. Come on, let's fluff. Let's fluff.
Fluff it up.
Dee, do you remember?
I don't. You had to look it up for me. I forgot what a fluffer
I knew
was.
what it was.
Oh, you had to tell me what a fluffer was because I did not know.
It's in the porn industry. It's the person that gets things standing at attention while they're waiting on their scene.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because you can't have one person doing all the work.
Well, everybody in this studio is fluffing right now.
So we share a few fun times that Chantel had at the resort with Joe, Pornstash. And then she says that she is dating Ashley. And we finally get to meet Ashley.
It's about time. We've heard her and heard enough about her. So it's nice to finally meet her.
And she does. She puts a smile on Chantel's face. Everybody's giving her snaps. They're excited for her. We're excited for her. So Ashley and Chantel are living together. And Chantel is glowing. Like, I don't know how to describe it. She has like this beauty that comes across her face when she's talking about Ashley. It's like when people say there's like a pregnancy glow.
Mm-hmm.
She's glowing.
Yeah, she's smiling from ear to ear.
It's like if you could bottle up that and sell it, that would be amazing.
I'd buy it.
Her face just completely changes. It's incredible. Then Suki's like, let's stir this shit up. Watch this kiss between Jen and Chantel. And Jen and Chantel are both like, don't look, Ashley. Don't look, Ashley. Ashley's not happy about it. Now, I like Ashley, but like Chantel says, we weren't coupled up then. Can't be easy to see, but if we believe the storyline, Chantel went in there uncertain, but she came back very certain.
Right.
Which, what does that say to you, Ashley? Out of all of these people, even this insane kiss you're seeing, she chose you.
Yeah.
You guys have this comfort together, this friendship together. And even with that kiss, she's still thinking about you.
She's mad about the kiss. Ashley's mad about this kiss.
And she shouldn't be because they weren't together. It's not easy to see. I'm sure it's not easy to see. But look at the long and the short of it. She's thinking about you the whole time. Like, that can't even drag her away.
Well, the thing is this wasn't even like Chantel and Jen trying to have a relationship. This was a dare kiss. Like,
Exactly.
it wasn't supposed to even mean anything other than just a dare. She wasn't there courting or dating women.
She was trying to get that bottle of bubbly, which...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like her, but I'm just saying that her reaction to the kiss was a little bit of a red flag to me. Like,
I agree.
Like, she can overreact to situations and not really be very reasonable about them.
I agree. She didn't have the standing to be upset, and it can't be easy to see, but you got to look at the big picture. Chantel's crazy about you.
Right. And then she gets upset enough that she gets up and, goes over to kiss Chantel herself. And she's like, oh, yeah, my kisses are definitely better than Jen's. I'm sorry. That was not up to par. You need to rewatch Jen's kiss.
Maybe not. No more. No. That kiss looked angry. That kiss looked like I'm trying to prove a point.
Yeah, that was nothing. That was marking my territory kiss.
That was, yeah.
It was not
gross.
anything sensual like Jen and Chantel's kiss at all.
Not all of Chantel's family has been supportive about her relationship with Ashley. She says that they want her to marry a doctor or a lawyer or an athlete, a male of any of those, which... But out of her life, she is 38 years young. She can make her own decisions. And who cares? Like,
she can get a new set of friends. She can't get a new set of family, but, anybody that's not on the same page as her, just, yeah. do your own thing and the right people will come to you.
Well, do that with your family too. Like if they're not going to support you, fuck them.
Well, that's what I just
You're
said.
38. You got to be happy.
Do you. The right people will come to you. That's the only people you need to surround yourself at this point in your life.
My former sister-in-law, her sister, also an Ashley, is also a lesbian. And then I have a cousin, Ashley, that's a lesbian. Anyway, her sister is a doctor and she's married and they are like the cutest couple, like the healthiest relationship probably that I've seen out of the two siblings that married somebody of the opposite sex. They're just like happy and awesome. Seriously, the healthiest relationship out of all the siblings. So I think that's what I would want for my kid, is just for them to be happy and in a good, healthy relationship. Not that I'm saying Chantel's in a healthy relationship, because yes, that was a bit of a reaction from Ashley on the Jen kiss, but we know so little. That's like 2 seconds of clip. And I'm really glad that Chantel's ready to come out to her mom about this. Her family does not know that they're living together, but Suki asks her if she's ready to tell her mom, and she says yes. If she had said no, that would have been trouble, because her mom was standing off stage listening to the entire thing.
Yeah, her mama came with her today.
Y'all, we meet Mama Karen. And yes, I've got my fan out.
I got my Reese bag. I didn't have a fan.
She is extra.
She's extra, but I like her. She's got a lot of character. I always like flamboyant people like that.
She's got her hat on. She's got a feather fan, not just like a little one that I have here. I live in the South. I got to have something when it gets warm.
She's got the best wardrobe of everybody there.
Well, she's not happy with Ashley, because Ashley was friends with her before she started dating Chantel, which before she started dating Chantel, she buddied up with Chantel's brother, River.
It's not sounding good. I think Mama Karen is making some points.
He thinks maybe it's a fame seeker thing.
I think it might be. She gets close to Mom, and then she just starts going through the kids till she gets to Chantel.
Now, I wonder if they went shopping together, because are they wearing like the same? It's not the same coat.
They're wearing the same color scheme, because it's like this like goldish, beigey,
embroidered,
blingy, metallic.
It looks like somebody took some gold curtains and made 2 jackets out of it.
Yeah, it's very, very flamboyant and bright.
But it's the same thing. Ashley and Karen are wearing, like, it's like I said, it looks like somebody made it off the tapestries.
I like her hat, though, and the fan. It makes all the difference.
That blue bag is not going with that warm color, though. She needed like a red bag. She needed a little splash of boom. Now, this text message seems so stupid. So at Winter's wedding, Chantel's sister, they had to clean something up real fast. Ashley texted Karen asking about the trash bags, and Karen said maybe they're on the cleaning lady's cart. And Ashley said, well, they're not supposed to be on the cleaning lady's cart. How do you read offense into that?
She thought that it was an attitude. And, you know, I'm a very sarcastic person and smart assy. So I tend to put a lot of emojis in my text messages because they get misread sometimes.
Same.
So I try to clarify I'm saying something to be funny. I'm not serious or whatever with emojis. And
they're in a stressful situation. If she's like, okay, well, they shouldn't be there, you're going to not ever talk to somebody again over that? It's just very petty.
I don't think it should be easy to come out of that with an attitude at all.
Well, my Karen, reading that. Petty. This is a friend. You show a little grace. You guys are in a stressful situation. Maybe you don't show grace in the moment, but you don't hold on to that grudge this long.
Yeah, she's mad about it. Told her not to speak to her ever again.
Karen also gives them both suckers and tells them that they're suckers when she first walks on stage, which I don't understand why they're suckers. It's just like, let me do something really corny that makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I think that's where she went into. I think she was alluding to the same thing that we said. You know, she was my friend first, and then she was your brother.
Why does that make them?
You're being a sucker. I don't know. That's what she said. You're being a sucker, like she's being played or something.
They're a sucker for each other, maybe.
Well, that's the way I took what she said, was that she was being played.
I mean, I'm one to talk. I like to say corny stuff that usually makes no sense. My ADHD mind just goes right to the next thought, and whatever comes out, and that's what you get. makes sense to me. But yeah, I wasn't following the suckers, but I do want a sucker right now. I think those were blow pops.
I just want some food. I'm starting to get hungry.
Well, you said beef stew earlier, beef noodles, and now all I've been thinking about is beef noodles.
I made beef and noodles over the weekend, and chicken and noodles and chili.
Stop talking about your delicious soups that you made, because now I'm craving soup and suckers.
Well,
Karen feels used. She feels like Karen's getting used for clout.
Yeah, it was exactly what I said she was thinking. Clout chaser.
And Ashley turns it around and says, well, look at you acting all extra out here. I'm the one chasing clout, which, touche, fair points.
Didn't you say that the mom, though, they had a show too or something?
Because she was so extra on the first show, they gave them a spinoff.
Well, that's her own personality drawing a spinoff then.
See, the way that Ashley said it made me think that she's usually not that extra, because she says, look at you coming all out here being extra.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that that's not her typical personality. She's probably very outgoing, but just way flamboyant when the show comes on. Look, you don't walk on a set using a string of trash bags like a ribbon dancer as if that's your real life.
Gotcha. It kind of reminded me of Nene. Remember Nene from The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
But do you think she is like that 24/7, or do you think she's like that when the cameras are on? I think that is her on-air personality.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know. It's just, I like it. I like her extra.
I like her.
And I'm liking less of Ashley.
Would not like to date her children, though.
No, but I mean, Ashley is very aggressive with her.
Well, I don't think that Ashley is saying anything rude to her. She just said it's not on the cleaning cart. Like, chill out, lady. And she's saying, don't talk to me ever again over this. That's a lot. That's a lot of extra.
No, we're past that at this point.
Yeah, now, we are, but Karen's not.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know, what was it, Tim asked her? She said, what we really want to know is how you feel about her and Chantel. And that's when she was explaining that she thought that Ashley was a clout chaser.
Right. But she's not past it. It's like she's looking for, to be fair, maybe Ashley is a clout chaser, but I don't know. She might be looking for anything bad about Ashley to justify still being mad at her over this.
It's possible. All I know is Ashley is kind of acting aggressive to me, and there's so many bleeps, I don't even know what she's saying at this point. It's bleep here, a bleep there, bleep everywhere.
Speaking of
bleep,
bleeps.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
Speaking of bleeps, Mama C, she wanted me to tell, she goes, I hope Dee knows I love her. I hope you didn't tell her what I said about something. I don't know, but I was like, yeah, I told her. And she said she just wasn't feeling good, and that's why she didn't like the bleep we made about her.
So we can post it?
No. I was allowed to send it to my brother, but we still haven't pulled her over to the posting side yet, which is hilarious. I did show it to Rebecca, too.
I showed it to my parents, or my mom and my sister, and they were rolling.
So was Rebecca. Everybody who sees it, it's like the funniest thing ever.
And my mom was like, do you still have that one of me? Because me and my sister made one of my mom. Anyway, I to be fair, I was like, okay, Mom, so if we were doing this about you, would you let us post it? And she's like, I'd have to think about it, but probably not. She was on the same page as Mama C.
Oh my gosh, they're so funny. I thought about making one with Izzy, because Izzy really wants to do a podcast with me. I told Rebecca, I was like, I'll just make one with Izzy, who's 7. Anyway, we were bleeping out normal words to make it look really, really bad. And my mom got so mad, but she was just feeling sick, and she still loves you.
I love her too.
Rob points out that Mama Karen was not very respectful of Chantel when she came out, handed her a sucker, and didn't even say hey to her. And Elise jumps in and was like, yeah, why would you talk to your daughter like that? Karen's like, I don't even know you.
She makes a typical Karen statement. Shut the hell up. Who are you?
She don't know who we are either. But that was a good point, Rob. Touche. And then Cole jumps in on it, which he's like, I don't know you either. doesn't, like, if they knew you, they might have a reason to take your side. If it's coming from somebody that's completely neutral and doesn't know you, you might think about.
Well, I mean, Rob does talk to her and he's like, trying to get to the bottom of it. And she just says, that she's concerned because Chantel's husband, went through everything. He goes off. He's living life high and
there's so much.
I don't know anything.
Don't know. This family's extra. It's so extra.
Okay.
Chantel is amazing. The children are amazing. Mama Karen is a lot.
Okay. I'm just saying from my perspective, somebody who's not watched it, she's explaining what her concerns are, which seem pretty valid to me, but Rob does manage to get her calmed down a little bit you can tell she's serious about that with her face.
She's serious about everything with that face.
Yeah. But I mean,
all right. I'm sitting here tearing up and Dee is dead inside.
Sorry.
Chantel tells Karen that she loves Ashley. Ashley starts getting teary-eyed. Chantel starts crying. She says, most of my family doesn't support me. And then Karen goes and gives her a hug. She goes, I just don't want you to get hurt. And you're going to be scared that your kid's going to get hurt, but you can't carry that baggage over into every relationship they have.
Yeah. She was so sweet about it. She's like, I'm just being a mama bear. And I get that. You go on the warpath worrying about your kids sometimes. So Lauren, she starts crying and I'm like, I'm cold-hearted. I'm dead inside.
I'm all like misty-eyed right now.
It was a great moment.
It was
a great moment.
And she calmed down. So now they're trying to talk to her, the other cast members, and say, your support could mean a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now Dee's laughing at me because I'm crying.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, what's wrong with me? Like, it's a great moment and you're bawling and I'm just like, okay, that's awesome.
Karen says that if they got engaged, she would come to the wedding. She just calmed down once Chantel said she was in love. Now she's still worried, but she's going to support them. And even Ashley's misty-eyed. Dee's the only one that's dead inside. Maybe you got some Annabelle doll in your house.
No. I rationalize and I feel a lot of it is just the grief that I went through. I just have myself at a certain level inside all the time. So
she's dead inside.
Maybe I need a psychiatrist.
I don't know. They've got me on all these medications and I'm still crying. So we go back to where Usman and Cortney are having pretty much their breakup conversation where she is not being super clear about it. She's saying, I like you, but I feel like I'm holding you back from dating other people at the resort. Just tell him I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And Usman said, well, you already liked Colt. And Colt said, not at the beginning. At the beginning, Cortney couldn't stand me, which is actually, I couldn't stand my husband when I first met him. My friend was dating him and this other guy, and she asked me which one I liked better. And I was like, definitely not the guy I married. Not that one. He's sarcastic. Anyway, it's like when Harry met Sally. There's that part where she says, the one that you despise. Carrie Fisher tells her in the library.
I don't know. I think just about any romance novel I've ever written or ever wrote. Any romance novel that I have ever read, they always start out hating the person they end up marrying and falling in love with.
So this is like Cortney's little romance novel, which Tim says what we have been saying from the jump. Well, what I've been telling you, Colt has game. He is a gamer. He's got game. He's not this poor little feel sorry for you, Colt. He knows what he's doing. And he says he's the pussy whisperer. And Usman asks Colt, what's your package like? Because Cortney told me it was little. He pulls up his pinky and he's laughing. And then Elise says, I heard that too. And then Cortney said that she's told Chantel she felt it when it was soft and maybe he needed some injections. She was worried he had a micro penis and all his exes said it was small. And then she says he's a grower, not a shower. And Usman asks, is it above average? Is it small? And she's like, yeah, it's above average. What's average? 4 to 6 inches. So she telling us that if it's 4 inches, this one is 4.1. It's above average. She's not going to say, no, it's not small. But you know what, Dee? He posted a video or somebody found a video of him winking it. And I saw that video. He wasn't growing then.
So he's probably Colt 4.0 then. Yeah.
I mean, I'd give him more credit than a pinky, but maybe
that's
a
sad
middle finger. Was so long ago too, so maybe I'm not remembering this right. Who else saw that video? Let us know what you remember. All the guys on stage start admitting that they've been measuring their dicks since middle school. And Tim points out that 6 inches is the length of a dollar bill. So he thinks most guys fluff it up a little past that. And then Cortney goes, well, I think of a sub. I'm like, dang.
What size sub is she talking about?
Like, I guess a 6-inch sub, half of a 12
hoagie.
inch. But that's girth.
Oh, true. Yeah. And then, what was it?
It does make it seem a lot bigger.
Yeah, because Tim said that, like, there's like a national average for the United States and that Nigeria has a higher national average. And so
true. You can look it up on Google, and that's like the biggest in the world. And they remind Usman that he said in his country, it's like a fist. It's like an arm and a fist.
I just thought it was funny when Suki says, Usman, so are you above the national average?
Well, and he doesn't say anything. And they point out that guys that are big usually don't have to brag about it.
Ah, interesting.
I would think 4 inches is below average.
Those are the ones that are saying it's quality, not quantity.
I would say 6 inches is probably about average. I don't know. So we see Kimberly. This is your first time meeting her, D.
Yes.
She is still good friends with Usman. Things didn't work out between them, but she wants him to find love. And she says, I think you were leading him on, Cortney. I agree. Needs to just tell him, look, I have feelings for Colt. She denied it a lot.
Yeah.
And she kept saying, I like you. Like I said, I like you, but I feel like I'm holding you back from dating other people. Just say, go date other people. I'm with somebody else.
Yeah. She said everything but what needed to be said.
She calls Usman out and says, and this little playing hard to get, that's not cute anymore, which is exactly what Usman did night one when he was saying, I don't even know who Cortney is.
Yes. Playing a game.
She is telling it like it is. Kimberly is on it. And then Colt starts saying that Usman is a sugar baby. He just wants to live off of whatever his woman does. And Usman goes, I'm the hardest working guy on the planet. And Rob says what we're all thinking. Don't you live with Cortney's parents, Colt?
You're being just a little bit hypocritical, Colt.
A lot bit. The whole time he's saying this, that's what I was thinking.
I was thinking it too.
Like, Colt, who's the sugar baby? First of all, you lived with your mama until she met some guy and went off to Canada. And now you're homeless, but you found a girl and you're living with her parents. And you're jobless. Usman has a job. It was very hypocritical. And I'm really glad that Rob called him out on it. Usman still loves Cortney. He said that if things had worked out, he probably would have a ring on it by now. Then he drops that he's still talking to Cortney and he thinks that she has some love for him.
What is going on?
I don't know, but I am
with the show.
I'm Team Usman.
Yeah.
Oh, like Tim. Okay, he's got a broken leg. He didn't plan for this. He didn't have like disability in case something happened.
Well, I thought doesn't he do things like with like computers or something?
Yeah, what is his leg?
What does he even need his
that?
leg for?
You just need your laptop. Yeah. No. If you look, well, he's just always like relied on his mommy, and now he's relying on his girlfriend.
Maybe Usman should have called him a mama's boy then when he called him a sugar baby.
He's looking for a new mama, ladies.
Usman's getting married.
Congratulations, Usman. He's going to find him a wife this year. He's ready to have kids. Kimberly knows this. He's been talking about it for a while. And Cortney goes, well, how are you going to find somebody and marry them that fast? Cortney, I got a question. How did you find a boyfriend in 2 weeks and move in with him in your parents' house that fast?
Tit for tat.
The hypocrisy of this tell-all. And I'm still flashing my fan around over here if you're on the YouTubes. So Cortney is trying to explain Colt's D size to Elise because she's asking. She's got like these little wooden sticks and She's like, oh, maybe this long, which is about the size of my fan. She's like, you know, if you have two hands. And she's like, well, it gets that hard. Sometimes it does. And then Colt comes up and Elise is trying to verify this size with him. And he says it's bigger than a $1 bill. It's like a $2 bill. Okay, channel surfers, here's a $2 bill. All right. It's the same exact size as a $1 bill. Same size.
Well, then he said $1 and some change.
$1 and some change. And then Cole goes up there and says it's this big. He puts the sticks beside the $1 bill. He's got like a dang foot long. And he's laughing. But Elise, it was so funny. She goes, all right, let's go fuck now. Watch this, Jen. Watch us do it. This would put you in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. That's an emergency room visit.
Oof.
That's a week off from work. I'm going to have some sick time.
I'm still at the same place I was the first time we watched Rob get Elise pregnant with his kiss.
Mm-hmm.
She was coming on to him. He was like, this is really tempting. We shouldn't do it on the first night. But they just kissed and talked for a few hours. That's not a proposal. And Elise agrees. She's seen it played back and she's like, yeah, that I was extra. But then everybody's jumping to her side like you're not extra. Like she's had the self-realization, but the rest of the group is still crazy.
Yeah, they're trying to blame Rob like he was doing something. In the entire clip, he was trying to pump the brakes during the whole kiss.
Now she says because he was on the phone with her, she got the impression he wanted her to come over. He could have been leading her on for sure. But I think he was just enjoying it and having fun because he's been married. He has recently been left and it's his first foray back out there. Mm-hmm. He's just enjoying his time. I don't think he's ready to move on. He still is talking to his ex. During the show, he was talking to his ex. After the show, he was hooking up with his ex. And then we hear that his ex has moved on with Chantel's ex-husband, Pedro. At least that's what the internet rumors are saying. And it's not feeling good for Rob.
Nah, you can tell by the look on his face. He's not happy. He still seems to me like he has some feelings for his ex. He's hurt.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that may also be where he's putting more distance between him and other people when they're dating. I mean, I think it's healthy after 2 weeks. You shouldn't be moving in with somebody. Look, I have made mistakes. I've learned from them. I'm not a perfect person. I have made these mistakes. Bad idea. Get to know someone first. So there's a lot of wisdom in that, but also the hurt that he has, that his ex has moved on. He's not over. Like my exes, I could care less. And Jen jumps to Rob's defense. She said he's beautiful and basically he's a good person. I don't disagree, but I feel like this is being said to hurt Cole.
That's a good possibility. But Cole was one of the people who was being so mean to Rob during that.
She And Elise is the person that she's mad at.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's just trying to hurt Cole. I don't think she would have jumped in there with that otherwise.
Well, and she said that when she said, because somebody asked her about the beautiful comment, and she's like, I meant his soul. He's beautiful and sweet.
Inside. Yeah.
Yes.
Colt's like, you mean you're talking about his soul?
He's beautiful on the outside, too. Let's just call it like it is.
He is beautiful. Beautiful on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we see some more clips from the season, and then Suki asked Cole, why are you getting so mad at Rob? And he said it's because Rob went in and made a move when he and Jennifer were on the outs. I think it was that night with Tiffany maybe that they had talked about where she was getting the champagne cold. And Rob's like, yeah, I want to shoot my shot. So when I see an opportunity, I'm going to take it. Y'all aren't married. We're here to date. And he goes, Cole goes, it's only 3 weeks. Exactly, Cole. Like, you think you're trying to prove a point that you only have 3 weeks to connect with her, so Rob needs to stay off. But the point I'm seeing is, dude, it is an only 3-week experiment. It's not enough time for you to lay claim to this woman.
He's done this the whole season.
And he's still giving Jen heck about it.
He has acted like they were exclusive and that anybody else trying to get a date with her, trying to talk to her was a disrespect to him and he wasn't going to have any of it. When in reality, they're all there for the same thing.
Nobody's 7 months later, he's still pissed about it.
Yeah, nobody is there in exclusive relationships. It's hunt for love, for fuck's sake.
They are not in exclusive. They are single. It's not over the Rob thing.
No, not one bit.
And it seems like they're about to drop something I really can't imagine he will be okay with. No. My imagination before we watch this, his head is literally going to explode. I mean, it's going to pop off. We're going to see everything shooting out of it. We're about to see someone lose their shit in a way worse than Mama Karen way. And Tim is pushing this narrative. Jennifer, did you and Rob have sex? Everyone was talking about that. Jennifer's like, huh? What's the question? Didn't quite hear you. And then Jennifer says, but Tim, you're sleeping with Tiffany every night.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we
Newsflash.
Which, speaking of internet rumors, Dee and I have seen some internet rumors that Tiffany and Tim may be dating, which that would be really cool. I hope there's a little update that affirms this in this episode. I would love to see it. Tim and Tiffany, if you aren't dating and you're listening, and if the thing with Ronnie didn't work out, it's okay, girl. We don't judge. Give Tim a try. You guys start out as friends. It could be great.
I think it would be a good relationship.
They're both really cute people. He has such a fun fashion sense. I mean, today, neither of them are dressed to the tease. They both got dressed out of the same dress up basket, but they usually have really cute outfits, like different things that you're like, that is fashion forward. I would try that. And they're friends. Like they have each other's back. That's such a solid foundation for a relationship. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I would too. But I also thought it was funny because Tiffany said she's doing what she always does. She's just deflecting away from her.
And Tim, like, pro deflection.
And me and you are both sitting here going, but yeah, you just did the exact same thing, throwing it back to her.
So they don't answer the question whether or not they were staying in the same bed. They deflect, like, pro level. Nice job.
Basketball game.
They are a power couple. Tim and Tiffany would be a power couple.
Ooh, yes. They would.
They would dominate this world. I hope it's not a rumor. I hope it's real. I hope we get some sort of announcement. All right. We're really excited about that option. I see that. I would have liked to stand for Tim since the beginning. We thought Tiffany was like the girl next door everybody wanted to hang out with. She had her moments. It's fine. We all do. The edit would get all of us. We would all look like assholes if we were on reality TV. Every single one of us. One of us might get a sweetheart edit, but most of us would be assholes. I'd be an asshole, I'm sure.
I'm an asshole without edits.
It's amazing what edits can do. But yeah, this is cute. That's real cute. Sometimes saying nothing says it all.
Yeah. Tim asked Jen, did you sleep with Rob? Suki asked Jen, did you sleep with Rob? And she gets up, takes her mics off, and walks off of the set.
And it can't help that this question's coming from her ex, which probably feels like a little bit more of a jab that Tim is just twisting that knife and, but she could have just said no if that was the case. Tiffany's trying to stir it up behind the scenes. She's telling Cole, I really have a feeling something happened. Cole doesn't know. He hasn't had that conversation with Jen, and he's tried calling her 4 times. She's not answering her phone. He says she probably just wants me to chase her. Well, don't chase her. Don't call her 4 times. If you call her once and she doesn't answer, let it go. Maybe she's taking a poop. Probably not. But they'll call you back. They'll see that one missed call, and when they're ready to talk, they will call you back. Blowing up someone's phone doesn't say, I'm a safe place to talk right now. And Jennifer is talking to her makeup person. She's crying in the mirror. This is off camera. And she says she's worried that people are going to judge her for having sex. Oh my God, humans have sex. Well, she should be worried because Tiffany is already back there saying she did a bad thing because she had sex with Rob when she was single. Okay.
I don't know why she was telling Cole that it. Yeah, I don't know why she was telling Cole that was a bad thing. Because, I mean, they weren't in a relationship. Nobody was. Have none of these people seen, like, Bachelor or Bachelorette? Like, they're having sex on that show all the time.
And you have to take STD tests before you go on these shows. I think even Liz said she had to take one before she went on the show, and her show was about couples. So whatever. Shit happens, especially in Mexico with a lot of tequila. Jen doesn't want to show her face, and rightfully so. Now, I was surprised. She did come clean and tell Cole that her and Rob slept together. And they show the clip, which had to be very hard for Cole to watch. Again, they weren't in that place where he could be mad at it. She was seeing Rob too. It was none of his business. 100% team Rob on this. They both know they're dating the same girl. Don't torture yourself with what happened, then just assume the worst and see if you still want to move on. Rob drops that they hooked up 2 other times. One time when he was starting to pull away because he realized she was into Colt, and she was like, no, I'm confused. And who knows about the other time. Cole didn't know that. He's mad. This is why you don't ask. If you're not exclusive with somebody, don't worry about what they're doing. Just worry about getting to know them, seeing if this is your thing. Apparently, that's not all that Cole is missing or that we're missing. Tim has his finger on the pulse.
He
Tim
says everything.
Is he using the tarot cards? Tarot card Tim?
I don't know. He should have had them, not Colt.
Because he says, well, Rob, are you going to tell Cole about that conversation you and Jen had at your cabin right before we left? Yeah, let's hear. Do we have a clip of it? Can we play a clip
I
of
hope
it?
so. I hope they're going to show us a
just
clip.
this little dessert for us. Maybe not, but
I hope they
this
show
is
us.
juicy.
Yeah.
This production team really ended things with a bang.
Absolutely. We knew that. We knew they would save the Rob and Jen stuff for last.
Literal bang. Cole says he's done. He's being lied to. She didn't tell him about the sex. And then she didn't tell him about going to Rob's room the night before the decisions and crying to Rob that she was just very conflicted about who to choose. I feel bad for Jen.
I do too.
It's none of Cole's business. Is lying okay? No. Do I understand why she's doing it? Yes, because Cole is not going to have a good reaction to it, and it's none of his business. They were not exclusive at this time. But the fact that you would have to lie to somebody because they can't handle what dating people is like before you're exclusive, that says a lot. Like, if you can't tell them things, if they're not a safe place to talk to, then don't date them. So it's good that this is over. Hopefully it's over. Hopefully they are staying away from each other. Do not start this K1 process with this crap going on. It's a long process. It's not an easy process. We've been taking a lot, and I have been taking a lot of immigration law CLEs this year, which has been really fun. I'm like, I know K1 visas. I watch 90 Day. I know what a K3 is. And then we're like going deporting. And I'm like, I don't know about this. We got to figure this out. But it's been really cool. In the U.S., people who aren't attorneys can be admitted to immigration law court. They can take like these courses and be like a specialist in it. And I've met some really awesome people just from all over the world. I went to this one, and I mean, there were people from Haiti, Nigeria, Ukraine that had come over here and immigrated to the U.S. and now they are representing people, helping them become citizens. It's just really, it's a really cool area of law, and I'm really enjoying learning about it. But I first learned about it from 90 Day Fiancé, and it is a long process. It's not for the faint of heart. And if you're 7 months in and this shit is happening, no. Just keep figuring it out, or don't. Just leave. That's it for the tell-all. But then we go behind the scenes for some closing statements. Now, Elise is crying to Cortney because Carlos said she's not a girl you take home to mom. She said she felt like Rob was making her seem like she did something wrong, which I didn't get that. I think Tiffany was probably giving a lot of pressure to the group when she's sitting there saying Jennifer did something bad by hooking up with other people. This slut shaming, it seems like maybe jealousy. Elise is a beautiful girl. I never saw her as a girl you don't take home to mom. Like if my son brought somebody like that home, I'd be like, oh, they're very sweet. Although he's 4 years old, so we'd have some questions. But your son, if your son brought somebody, Elise, home, is that a girl to bring home?
I don't think she would make a bad first impression. I think she would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. She's talkative. She's outgoing. She's friendly. She seems to have a good sense of humor. Like she can hang. Seems like a great girl. I think people see her and they're probably intimidated because she's drop dead gorgeous. She is a very pretty woman. And that's their own problem if they're projecting that onto her. So, and Cortney says, look, we are all there to hook up. You didn't do anything wrong. And Tim lets her know, I still want to take you out. I'm going to text you before we leave. So she stops crying, but I felt really bad for her.
I did too.
Cole apparently is still on the fence about Jennifer. And Chantel's like, dude, no, don't do it. It's bad.
Yeah. Complete opposite of what he said at the end of the show. He's
They're
already
not good
doubting
for each other. They're not good for each other.
He is her puppy. Like he just.
But he's saying things to hurt her. She's saying things to hurt him. I agree. Chantel, it's toxic. Tell she's going to go home. She isn't sure who will propose to whom, how it works when it's two ladies. But she's real serious about Ashley. And we know we're going to see them on something happily ever after, or maybe another spinoff of Family Chantel.
I kind of thought it might be the happily ever after because Suki made some kind of reference to that in something she was saying. I was like, oh, maybe we'll see them on there.
Now, the real winner of the tell-all is Colt, according to Colt. He's happy. He's got his lady. They're going home to her mama's house, and her mama's about to cook them up some food, which he keeps telling her how excited he is for her mama's cooking. I don't know what to say.
For both of them.
Is she doing her laundry? That's awesome. Good for them. Hope it works out. Cortney says he's had problems texting in the past. I don't know if that's my insecurity. I don't know if it's your insecurity either, girl, or if it's your conscience telling you this guy has a pattern. I'm not going to be different than the other girls. They aren't the reason he was texting. He is the reason he was texting. So maybe it's just something telling you that it won't be different. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Something like that.
There's a lot of that on this show.
Tiffany and Tim are walking out together. Tim is putting her things in bags. They're bickering like an old married couple. He's given her hell for having like 17 bags. He's like, I just needed one. Well, Tim, you also needed that tackle box with your stuff in it. Don't forget about that. And Tiffany says, I'm going to go home and be happy with Ronnie. And as they're walking out, Tim's like, so are we going to sleep together in this? Or Tiffany goes, are we going to sleep together in the same room? And Tim goes, that's not even a question at this point. Okay, so it's wrong for Elise to be in the room with Cole, hanging out, sitting on the bed, but you're dating Ronnie and you're sleeping in the same bed as Tim? It was the perfect way to end it. The hypocrisy.
This show is full of it.
Elise and Cole are walking out together, and she's saying everything that makes me think she's ready to find love. She says that she's learned a lot from this tell-all, that she's matured from her experiences, that she's confident in who she is. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. She's about to find the one. And she says, I'm going to say yes to a date with Tim because why not give him a shot? Which, yes, why not? Like, if you're out there dating, give it a try. Even if you don't think it's for you, it might be. I didn't think Rob was for anybody. I married him. You'd be surprised what happens when you get to know somebody. So I think she's ready to find love. And then I was like, pump the brakes. She says that Cole is the kind of guy she wants that will just like worship the ground she walks on, which is good. Like, you want the guy to really like you. But, and maybe it's just the dynamic with him and Jen. Maybe it would be different. There were a lot of red flags.
Yeah. I think everybody was so mad at Jen and wanting to bash on her that they neglected to really see the red flags that he was throwing up left and right.
But she didn't say Cole. She said a guy like Cole. And then they show him getting into the cab together. Editors are going to try to make it look like they are hooking up, but I don't think they are. They are friends. They are leaving as friends. They're just trying to make it more than what it is. And we end with Rob saying it didn't work out for him, but he really wants to meet somebody. He wants to have kids. He's going to just keep looking for love. And that's it. That was 90 Day Hunt for Love. I loved it.
I did too.
If we're hunting for love, I fell in love with the show.
For sure. And I felt just a little bit with Rob too.
Question. Elise has matured from her experience. So if the Elise today met the Rob today, could that work?
Gosh, I don't know.
I think they both are in a position to find something. Now, I do think Rob needs to still do a little bit of work on himself to move past Sophie, but give it some time. They're about to line up to where they're both in that place you need to be to meet the person that you're going to meet. They are both confident now. They've learned a lot from their past. This might have just been a wrong timing, one of those situations.
I think that she scared him coming on too strong at the beginning. Had she not done that, they probably would have spent more time together at this resort. And then she got so mad about, the three.
Well, maybe if they have a friendship from this, he'll get to see her for who she is becoming and growing into. And then maybe, I don't know. I think it would be better Rob than Colt. But,
let's just throw them both on a season 2.
See what happens.
Yeah.
All right. So the winners of the remote reality, join our Facebook, leave us a review. We've picked them, and that was really fun. So you guys gave us a chance. We are now going into month 5 of this. It's so much fun. I love it. We love talking to you channel surfers, and it was so fun to pick the names. Now, for the Facebook group, it was a 1 in 38 shot. I mean, if we take out D, Mama C, Liz, me, and then the remote reality profile and my dog's profile. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7. It was like a 31 shot. But Beth Kiser is our winner, and I'm so excited. She's probably one of my favoriteest channel surfers ever. She has the best things to say about the shows. She loves the same shows that I watch. She plays the same video games that I play. My girl, Beth Kiser, she won for the Facebook group. Thank you so much for supporting us. You've been there from the beginning, and it means the world to us that you've been supporting us. And then the winner for the reviews, Kathy Coaches. Yay! And also Kathy, you've been there since the beginning, and you've been so supportive of us. You let us know how much you're enjoying it, and it just makes us feel so good. And that was really fun. Like, there were so many people. I was like, oh, I hope all these people win. And then when we actually saw the winners, we were like screaming. We were just so excited. So we're going to do this again. Join the Facebook group. Leave us the 5-star reviews with the writing. We're not going to say when we're going to do it, but we definitely want to do it again because that was a lot of fun.
It'll just be random.
It's going to be random. We'll do it again at some point. So just keep doing the follower, like, subscribe thingies. Thank you so much for supporting our little baby podcast as we continue to grow. I have a ton of TikTok stuff I got to catch up on. I have like 66 notifications because I did not check it this weekend. So you're about that. Yeah, it was Labor Day weekend. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I had my kid. I had another kid. There was a lot of screaming. Anyway, another thing, Liz texted me and said, Lauren, you need to go watch High School Catfish, Unknown Number. I watched it. I was texting Liz the whole time. I was like, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Dee has not seen it. I asked Liz if she wanted to recap it. She said she was sleeping and waking up and eating a snack and sleeping all weekend, which, girl, that's good. You work hard. You need the rest. But I'm trying to drag Dee into maybe watching this, and we could get her live reactions. And, ooh.
It sounds interesting. As long as we can make fun of it or something, I'm good.
So we'll be back with Big Brother tomorrow, and we're talking about some things. There's stuff on our radar for what to cover next. You know, should we do 90 Day the Other Way, which that starts next week. Sister Wives is a must. Sister Wives, it's happening the last night of Big Brother. That is happening.
We're definitely doing it.
There's a few things we've been tossing around. So by the end of the week. By Sunday, we will announce where we're going from here. Now that's it for 90 Day Hunt for Love. Channel surfers, thank you so much. We love you. We love you. We love you. Your support means everything to us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
Let's ride.